Lane, is it me or are we forgetting something?
I don't think so.
Let me just... Sunday, May 16th. Isn't that our anniversary of Ultraranger?
I think so.
4 years.
Oh.
Hmm. You want to do anything big about it?
Nah.
And neither do I.
Alright.
Schwat.
What?
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Ultraranger, the podcast all about Ultraman's past, present, future. I am your host, Ultragar.
I am your co-host, Ultra Lane. Hi.
And it's our 4-year anniversary. Yay!
Feels like only yesterday we started.
I know, right? We're like, it's more or less like, of course, we're not recording this on the day of the anniversary. That would just be crazy.
We got more Ultraseven and more Dyna to talk about this episode.
So today we are talking about Ultraseven episodes 37, 38, and Ultraman Dyna episode 37, 38.
And I gotta say, from the shit episodes we've had lately from Ultraseven, came out with some pretty good ones this time. And Dyna was also fantastic as usual.
So let's just get straight on to Ultraseven.
So, episode 37, the Stolen Ultra Eye. So, when I saw the title for this episode, I was just like, ooh, this would be interesting. And boy, was it.
I loved it.
It was cool. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad episode, but just, like, episode 38 is what I kind of had more interest in. But, like, we'll get to it when we get to it. But, yeah, so this one's just about this woman from the planet Magellan Nebula. And she's on a mission to steal Dan's Ultra Eye.
Ooh.
So he can't, I guess, because like the Magellan plan to invade, and so if she steals the Ultra Eye, Ultraseven can't defend Earth.
And how long has he lost his Ultra Eye for? 4 days.
Oh, was it just 4 days?
Yeah.
But I think what I was disappointed about this episode was that there was no kaiju. It was just a missile. So I was like, eh.
You mean a nuke?
That's our kaiju for this episode. It's a bomb.
It's a bomb!
It's a giant fucking missile. But apparently, yeah, like, I saw, like, Dan, like, crash the pointer, and I was just like, don't ruin that car.
Don't worry, they have 2 of them.
I know.
So yeah, although it was never stated in the episode, apparently the alien Magellan's name is Maya.
Ah.
Yeah.
Maya Angelou?
So Maya sends out a transmission after stealing the Ultra Eye to her home planet, simply saying, "What, like, you know, she's a teenage girl, so hey, when are you coming to pick me up?"
You gonna come pick me up? You gonna come pick me up? You gonna come pick me up? But the weird thing was, she took the Ultra Eye, but didn't know that that was Ultraseven. Like, she just thought Dan was a human being until he started telepathically speaking to her. And she's like, humans can't telepathically speak. And he's like, well, I'm not human. And he's just like, oh, you're Ultraseven. It's like, boy, why would a fucking human have the Ultra Eye? That's just stupid.
Well, I mean,
to be fair, there is just a human, like, back in early Ultraman, it was just like, oh, it was an Ultraman disguising themselves as a human. But, like, yeah, it's like he finds her, like, in a club, and then, like, I guess it's, like, they have this machine that's, like, giving off a signal. That's where she got the signal. So, like, it's like Dan leaves to go chase after her, and he's, like, in regular clothes, but, like, the rest of the Ultra Guard's just there, and it's like, he's like, it's in the rhythm machine. And so he shoots, like, one of them shoots their fucking gun in the club just to get people to fucking run away. And I was like, it doesn't show anyone running away. It just shows him shooting his gun, and then you just hear, ah! And then it just cuts to the next scene. I was like, oh.
No, usually the show fades to black for commercial.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that's what happened.
Mm.
It's like, it's a rhythm machine. So, like, it was Soga. Soga pulls out his Ultra gun to shoot out the light to grab the machine. And how it just fades to black into the next scene. I thought, okay, That's cool. They actually intentionally led into a commercial break. But then 2 minutes later, it actually goes into commercial break. I'm like, oh, dude, you had the perfect chance.
Right? So then they also get they also find a message that's being sent by the planet Magellan that says there's no time to retrieve you.
Yeah, the interplanetary ballistic missile has already launched. There's no time to retrieve you.
Yeah.
So Maya doesn't know that her own people left her for dead.
No. And so Dan's still trying to find his Ultra Eye, and like it's interesting. Like, so they go off to go fight the missile. So like Soga, Magi, and Furuhashi, they all go off on their own jet to fly. And so Kiriyama goes with Dan, and literally he goes, "I'm counting on you." Goes off to the thing. Dan's like, I need to find that Maya chick and get my Ultra Eye back because I'm the only one who can stop this. He goes off. You just see fucking Kiriyama for like 5 minutes just sitting there being like, where's Dan? Ann, go find Dan. All right. Ann, what do you do here? I couldn't find Dan. I'm going to come in your place. All right, cool. Let's go. So like just after Kiriyama was like, I'm counting on you, Dan. Dan just abandons him that very second.
It sort of like from Back to the Future. Damn, where's that kid?
And then Kiriyama shows up to support like the other three, and like for some reason they're like really happy. They're like Captain. All right, cool, we got this. So I'm like, all right. So then like Dan shows up at like this place where like Maya's hiding out in, and like the club's there, and all the dancers are there, and the musicians and stuff are playing music. And then all of a sudden, all of them are wearing Ultra Eyes. And it's really creepy.
I think it's supposed to reflect how like he's so integrated with humanity now that like, are you really Ultraseven, or are you just playing on like a different? Oh my god! I just got it. It's like the whole Superman thing, Superman, like Clark Kent, Superman, but it's the other way around. Dan Moriboshi, Ultraseven.
Yep.
Oh my! He is the reverse Superman.
He's Superman. That's why he has no weakness, except for cold. I don't think Superman has a weakness to cold, because he can produce cold.
Yeah.
He's just weak to kryptonite. Anyways.
So Dan tells Maya that her planet has basically your SOL.
Yeah, like you're shit out of luck, and
you can live on the planet with us. You're human looking enough.
But no, she turns on the jukebox, plays a song, and she kills herself with the jukebox.
Apparently, it was disguised as a jukebox, but it vaporized her.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know what happened. I was like, "What'd she do?" And then I read your notes, and I was like, "Oh, she killed herself. Fuck."
Yeah, so she essentially killed herself.
Yeah.
She would rather die than live on the planet as an Earthling.
Yeah. No, I'm also reading here one of the scenes in the episode. Yeah, she was like at the planetarium, and like the public speakers like talking about it, and she's like, "Oh."
Forget it took me 10 minutes to figure out what that job title actually was called.
Arium.
Yeah. Well, at first I'm like, observatory. And I'm like, no, observatory is something else.
Planetarium.
Yeah, I looked into it. Planetarium. Then 5 minutes later in the episode, they say planetarium. I'm like, I could have just waited 5 minutes.
But yeah, and then Ultraseven goes, stops the missile.
Yeah, I like that he doesn't blow up the missile. He just sort of reroutes it. Probably just drift in space for all eternity.
Or go back to Planet Magellan and blow it. I would love that. Huh, sir, it seems our missile's coming back at us? What? No, just Maya.
Just where do you think it go? Where do you think it's going? Cuts to the insect planet from Dragon Ball Z. Yes. What?
Now to fight my 14 elite dead gods. Well, you heard him, honey. So this is a cool episode. Like it was simple, but like it did its job.
I personally loved it because I thought it had a very strong story. Where, like, for once, Dan met an alien that wasn't instantly ready to kill him. And again, her wearing white supposed to symbolize how pure she is, how innocent. She's not there to take over. She's just there to follow orders. Also, apparently there was a Baragon, a Mothra, and I want to say Ebera stand-ins. Where, like, if you shoot them down, you, like, win. It was like a carnival game.
But then there's episode 38, The Courageous Battle. Oh my god. First things first, this kid, Osamu, I want to fucking slap him in the face. Like, what a little fucking piece of shit.
Hey,
heart defect or not.
Hey, we can at least be grateful about this. When they mentioned the little brother, I'm at least glad he was like a preteen and not like, Gamera!
So there's this kid named Osamu, and he has like a heart defect, and he has to get undergo heart surgery, but he can only get it done by this famous Swiss heart surgeon who's like the best in the world.
I had his name written down here. Guess not anymore. I don't have it written down anymore.
Yeah, it was Dr. like Richter or something like that.
No, that was the other episode.
Oh.
This is the other European doctor.
So this kid, apparently he will only undergo the surgery if he gets to meet Dan from the Ultra Guard. Fuck if I know why.
Hey man,
I didn't realize the Ultra Guard were like national heroes.
Hey man, Dan's cool.
I mean, he is. Like, that was the thing I also liked about this episode the most, was that Dan got a lot of focus. Because, like, I think that's the problem with the last few episodes, is that he was just kind of in the background.
Mm-hmm.
He was just there. He was just there to be Ultra 7. But this one was about him. And so, like, he meets up with this kid, and he's like, I promise I'll be here before your surgery so that, like, I can give you the encouragement you need to be there. And he's like, okay, I'll take your word for it. And so then, like, they go to, like, Anne goes to pick him up or whatever like that, or to, like, pick up the doctor to, like, bring him over. But, like, they have to be done because he has to go to Singapore afterwards to do a heart transplant. So he has a short time window to go, like, get this operation done.
Well, yeah, because he is the best doctor for heart surgery in the world.
Yeah, he's from Switzerland. Yeah, so they're caught in like a traffic jam, and then I was not expecting this thing.
The robot monster Crazy Gone.
Now, what was cool about this thing that I noticed, that it was a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a puppet on strings, and it had like these little legs, and then they could fold back up and he could go into a rocket form. And I like that he like picked up cars and he put them in his little storage unit, and it was basically like the precursor to Bender.
I was also thinking the same thing. I'm like, I want this to be voiced by John DiMaggio. Just, I love stealing stuff.
So, I don't know what these alien bandas were, like, their deal was.
They're bandits.
So they were just stealing cars?
Well, no. So apparently, according to Dan, the alien bandas have used up all their material on their planet. So they've come to Earth to steal our cars so that they can reuse them as different materials on their planet.
So, yeah. So all these cars are just being picked up, taken. There are probably people in those cars, so they're dead.
Oh, yeah, dead.
And with the doctor and, like, Osamu's sister is, like, in there, and, like, they get picked up, and, like, it's actually decent effect that, like, you see, like, the car model, and they, like, kind of, like, shopped in Anne in the car.
They rotoscoped her in.
Yeah.
The only problem is that they only used the one soundbite that they had of her screaming, and I think it looped. Because, like, that's how shoddy it was. It sounded like it was just on loop.
And she was just only calling for Dan the whole fucking time.
Dan! Dan!
So, of course, Dan, like, has to go and save her. So he, like, he notices Kiriyama's, like, knocked out in the ship or whatever like that. So he's like, okay, I'll take this advantage. So we don't even see him turn to Ultra 7. But he, like, like we hear him go like, ah! And he like tries to like fucking stop the like get the car, but like Crazy Gone is just so fucking like, no, it's mine. My car.
I want to say this is the earliest Ultra 7 has ever shown up in episode.
Yeah.
Outside
also,
of...
I think the longest he's ever been in an episode.
Though I do think episode 18, like the flashback episode, was his earliest appearance. I'm not entirely sure. I have to double check that.
Or maybe the King Joe one, like the second King Joe?
That doesn't count. It's a two-parter.
Two-parters
don't count.
So he manages to get the car down, but like Dan's just like, okay, I can't go to him because I have to figure out this whole like car thing, this whole Crazy Gun thing.
That made me laugh my ass off though. The fact that Anne said casually to Osamu, Dan is fighting a space robot right now, without like breaking character. Just where's Dan? Oh, Dan's fighting a space robot right now. Just nonchalantly, as if this is just an ordinary Monday for them.
But continues to be a little shitbag, being like, no, I don't do surgery unless Dan's here. He promised. He's a fucking liar. So, of course, like, they have to, like, knock him out because, like, he has to have the surgery whether he likes it or not. Because, like, he's afraid to die.
He's afraid to die, and that's essentially it. He's afraid he's going to die on the operating table.
Yeah. So then they figure it's like, well, wait a minute. It keeps listening in on like the traffic signals to like know where the most amount of cars are. So then they think of this. Dan thinks of this idea where he's like, wait, what if we fake a news report about the traffic? We get a bunch of cars, put some bombs in them. Crazy Gun will take it back to its base, and we blow up the ship.
Genius.
And what I like is the news announcer who was reporting the traffic signal. That was the narrator.
Yeah, it was the narrator. I'm like, oh.
I was like, hey, there he is. We get to finally see the face with the voice.
It's Zoffy.
Yeah, so I like that it was the narrator. I like that little attention to detail.
But I'm just wondering, did they team up with Mr. Beast to get all those cars?
Yeah, did they have to like ask a bunch of people to just like, sorry, we need to sacrifice your cars?
Did they go to a bunch of car dealerships and be like, government, don't worry, we're from the government?
Yeah, because like you don't know how long that would have taken to set up.
They had an hour. And it took them 40 minutes to get all that ready.
Wow.
Oh, no, so, less than that. Because once they started fighting Crazy Gun again, Dan mentions he only has 23 minutes before the surgery. So that means within the span of a half an hour, they got all those cars together.
Wow. Yeah, so the plan works. The ship blows up.
Mm-hmm.
But Crazy Gun somehow survives.
Okay. When I hear the name Crazy Gun, I just keep thinking Crazy Bus.
Okay, we know the car's gone. Where has the car gone to? Car gone. So Osamu's having before he goes in to have the surgery, like they get attacked or whatever, and then Dan gets hit by some rubble, so like he's injured. So
Furuhashi takes him into the hospital, but
it's like Dan, you need treatment. He's like, no, I can't have Osamu see me that I'm injured. He'll just think that I came here to get treatment. I didn't come here to see him. He can't know.
I just find it hilarious that freaking Furuhashi walks into the hospital with a gun.
No, like they walk into the emergency, like the OR, like the operating room, where like the guy's about to fucking perform the surgery. He's like, Osamu, I'm here. Don't worry, you're gonna die. He's like, Dad, you're fucking liar, Dad. You're fucking liar. So
hi, it's this better, you piece of shit.
So coincidentally, Crazy Gun decides to attack where the hospital is, and so Dan's like, okay, I gotta go, and Dan's like, no, you gotta do. He's like, no, I gotta go fight. So then this is where the title of the episode comes into play, the courageous battle, because we don't just have one battle where it's Ultra 7 fighting Crazy Gun. It's also Osamu fighting for his life. in this operation. So I like that there was a double meaning to that. The name of that episode. This episode. It was super good, but like. My God, was Crazy? You could tell by like near the end of the fight, Crazy God was so fixated on getting that hostile. Like he's trying to fucking walk towards it. All the time, like no, no.
You know what?
Don't do it.
Fine. Ultra Seven freaking shrinks down, lands on Furahashi's freaking Electro H gun, goes inside of it, and was like,
fires himself out of it.
And fires. Freaking straight explodes. Just.
And like they think Ultra Seven's dead, but like who the fuck knows? So of course the operation is a complete success. The son was fine. Dan's recovering.
Dan, you almost died. Don't worry, Mary and Ken will help me. Who? I mean, the doctors will help me.
Ultra doctors.
And he's just thinking to himself, man, I wish Zafy were here. He could have given me an extra life.
Well, no, it's probably just like, oh, I need to fly into the sun, and I'll be good.
I don't know, because, like, Dan freaking suffered some head concussions in this episode.
Yeah.
So, like, I do think he would have needed actual treatment.
But yeah, I really liked this episode. This was my favorite of the two because I just liked how like much was at stake.
I like that both these episodes are very different, but they're also just very good.
Yeah.
I'm glad Ultra 7's finally picking itself up out of the freaking gutter.
Yes, please keep up with episodes like this. They're good.
Ultra 7 freaking face first into the gutter, pulls off his eye slugger, and just starts picking at the grass as he like drags himself out of the freaking gutter of bad episodes. What's in store for me next week? The assassination plan. Ah, damn it!
Ah, shit. But anyways, let's go into Dyna. So, episode 37, Clump of Dreams. So
garbage.
No, we're not saying the episode was garbage. We're saying that the episode's about garbage.
Just the episode is about garbage.
Garbage.
There is no alien. There is no giant monster.
Wow.
Well okay, sort of. But, like, okay, so apparently in Aragi
City.
Yeah, Araragi City, there is a garbage problem. But things start to get better with the help of I had their name and now it's just gone. Here it is. The Noshioka Convenience Service.
Yeah, so they're like those like junk people that like you can call to like come pick up your garbage.
Just pick up the phone and say, hello, garbage. I'll be there.
But
so,
there's a character that we saw in this episode who is very familiar to us.
So there's a character named Sensei. While I was watching it, when he turned his face to the camera, I'm like, I recognize you.
Yep, I saw him a mile away.
But from where? Where?
It's the Pterodopon from Double.
Oh, yeah.
And also he was in Tiga. He was that scientist who had that parrot and then his daughter perished. And then we thought the parrot died, but the parrot turned into a giant kaiju.
Yep, Minori Teruda. Or Teruda. He was also Riku's dad.
The guy who named Riku. Yeah, my favorite episode of fucking Ultraman G ever. Oh, so good.
Okay, so there was a shot in this episode after we see the sensei, and we see this small little store, and it pans down to show garbage, like, you know, slowly starting to get together. I see the shop, and I'm like, interior space. Wasn't that Ippei's freaking parents' flower shop? Not, like, I look into it. Oh my god, it's the same shop.
Wow.
And in my notes, I just have in full caps, OMG, Gridman does exist in Dyna.
You know what's weird, too? this felt like a Gridman episode,
Right?
kinda.
I think it's because, like, same area.
Yeah. But no, this feels like it'd be like a plan where it's like, you know, there's a garbage problem, and so like Takachi's just having a huge problem with like all the garbage. So he's like, you know what? If I have to suffer with this garbage, everyone else does. I'm gonna get all the garbage and make it into this giant garbage monster, and it'll attack the world. Everyone will be pissed off.
I think that was an episode of Gridman where it was about garbage.
But yeah, this just had Gridman energy. So,
Damn it! Now I just want to watch Gridman again.
Yeah, right? No. But yeah, Terajo or Sensei, he's like, the garbage is alive. I can hear it. It speaks to me. And everyone's like, okay, bud, cool, yeah, great.
How long have you been living here by yourself? 20 years.
20 years I've been talking and being with garbage.
Why are we making him sound like Arthur Grant?
I don't know. If Dyna was adapted, I feel like they would have gotten Grant's actor to fucking.
Grant's actor is just the crazy freaking garbage man.
I hear the garbage. Time is running out.
Dude's polluted garbage.
We are so close, apparently, to getting an interview with that man.
So far he hasn't responded back to my email yet. But
we could possibly interview Arthur Grant.
Yeah.
He's like 90 something.
He may not be up for it because he is 90.
Yeah, he's old as shit.
For a show that they only filmed like for 3 months for.
Yeah.
That was filmed 30 years ago.
But yeah, so just all this garbage starts turning into this giant garbage ball, which then just like the two like main high officers of the TPC come in and they're just like, all right, we can't just call it this garbage ball thing. We need to name it something. And like Mai's like super fucking excited about it. So they like take out a calligraphy pen and like ink and like a sheet of paper, and they just write "Clump of Dreams."
Or trash.
Well, like, you know what's funny? I kept seeing the giant trash ball in the sky, and it just kept reminding me of the episode of Futurama where they had the giant garbage ball, and they had to launch another ball of garbage just to get rid of the other ball of garbage that was coming towards them. And they're like, well, what are we going to do with this ball of garbage when it comes? Well, it's 1,000 years from now. Let them worry about it.
Yeah, I just love it. It's like, but that's 1,000 years in the future. Who cares? We'll all be dead by then.
Yeah, let them deal with it. Futurama was really a really well-made show.
Mm-hmm.
So Sensei, like, everyone thinks he's crazy, and like, of course, because of all this garbage ball, like the head of the pickup company is like really pissed off about it because he's just like, he like starts like pumping like this thing of like water or something. He's like, "Fuck you, garbage dreams! You're ruining my fucking business!" He starts like fucking spraying it with something, and Sensei's like, "No, you're gonna fucking kill it!" Like, no, and so. Of course, it starts to become sentient, and then it actually turns into a kaiju. And so that's why the episode is just named Clump of Dreams and nothing else, because that is the name of the episode and the name of the kaiju. So I like that, how clever they did with that. Because like I'm sitting there and it's like Clump of Dreams. I'm like, what's the kaiju's name?
That's what I was thinking as well. I'm like, is there no kaiju? And it's like, oh, nope, just it's a garbage monster. Bouquet. Say Asuka turns into Dyna and like he goes power type, smashes through the garbage ball. And according to the narrator, the rain of garbage lasted for a week in the city. So imagine throughout the entire city, just tiny little things of garbage going across the entire city. Overall, fun episode.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, in this garbage rain, it rained for a week. And I'm like, ugh.
Must have smelled.
Yeah. But then we go to episode 38, Kaiju Play. My God! What the fuck was that? What the fuck did I watch?
Akiko Jishio, everyone. Or Jisoji?
Yeah, so I was talking about Gar with Gar earlier,
Jisoji?
and he says that name, and I'm like, wait a minute, was that the same guy who did like episode 12?
Of Ultraseven?
From Ultraseven? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I was like, he did this 30 years later.
Yeah, he also did the Gamakajira episode, the Gavidon, Teleston, Jamila, Skydon, Sibozu, the Metron episode, the weird Cherry Blossom episode, the Bakugan episode.
Wait, he did the Cherry Blossom episode of Tiga?
Yeah.
Explains so much. What is this dude's deal?
Apparently he was going through a huge stage theme thing at the time. So, like, he was trying to combine both of, like, a stage play and episode together.
Okay, so, like, obviously you'll be able to put it in a better perspective because, like, you're more observant with, like, details and shows than I am. Let me see if I can get this straight. So, this guy wrote a play about a kaiju attacking the Earth, and he decided to actually make it real with alchemy. And then he didn't want the ending to this play because it involved Ultraman Dyna coming in kicking its ass. And that's all I could get from it.
I guess.
It was weird. There was this weird doll thing. There was this woman with a mask on, and then the weirdest thing to me that I kept seeing, it kept showing up in all these scenes in the background. It was just this teddy bear with a Super Guts uniform on, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that about? What's going on?"
Hey, can we give one pro for this episode? Mayumi was back.
Yeah, Shinjo's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But aside from that, this episode was filmed so weird.
But, like, I kind of like the beginning of it where, like, the guy's like, he's like, Kaiju Bunder's coming! And then there's just these, like, stage hands with, like, mirrors, and they're, like, moving, rotating them around him and stuff. And he's like, and then he, like, runs outside. He's like, Kaiju Bunder's coming! And then he, like, fucking falls. And so, like, we see Kaiju Bunder. He basically, when he shows up, he's just this giant, like, he looks like a old, like, ancient tower. He's just this giant, tall ass tower with, like, a dinosaur head. Mm-hmm. Then he ends up turning into an actual, like kaiju, and he actually looks pretty cool. But, like, just the shots were weird, and they zoomed in on people's faces really closely when they were talking, and it was just, I just was sitting there just going like, what the fuck is going on? I don't get anything.
It's very like, as much as it's not supposed to be, it felt like a very psychedelic episode of Ultraman Dyna.
Yeah, and then, like, when Dyna's fighting, like, fighting Bunder, you just see, like, it's, like, stretching out, and you're like, like, it's so hard to describe what the fuck was going on in this episode. The only thing we can say is you have to watch it for yourself.
You have to watch this for yourself, because we can't put it into words.
You don't need any other context of Dyna. You don't have to watch any other episode of Dyna to get what's going on. Just watch this episode 38 Kaiju play, and you will see what we mean. And I tripped balls watching this. Because, like, it's supposed to kind of, like, fuck with your head. Like, is it real, or was it just a dream the whole time? Like, you even see, like, it ends with, like Asuka just, like, sitting there in, like, the main hub room of, like, the gut space, just kind of, like, sitting there. And, like, he hears Mai come in with, like, a bunch of, like, alchemy textbooks, like, because she's, like, she heard about alchemy, and she's, like, fascinated by it. And it's like, oh, Mai, it won't work that way. Like, and then you just see, like, Asuka just kind of, like, lie back, and just shut his eyes, and he's just, like, trying to process, like, if what just happened or it was a dream. So it was so weird. So weird. Well, a good episode. It was a good episode, but it was weird.
It's a good episode, but it was such a weird episode.
Like, that guy's fucked up, man.
Well, he's dead.
Oh.
He's been dead since, like, 2006.
Okay. I wonder if you made a trippy episode of Mabius.
No, but he did do 2 episodes of Ultra Q Dark Fantasy.
Oh boy, that must have been fun.
I just need to make a playlist of every time we've talked about one of his episodes.
Yeah, for real.
But just go from, like, the easier episodes until we get up to the, like, to this, where it's just like, what are we watching?
Right. But yeah, I think out of all the episodes we watched this episode, I think episode 38 of Ultraseven is the the best one.
My personal favorite will have to be episode 37 of Ultraseven.
Gotcha.
But with that, that ends this episode of Ultraranger. And, you know, since this is coming out on the 4-year anniversary, thank you for listening to us for the last 4 years.
I know.
It's mean a lot to us, and I don't think we've made the announcement yet that we're actually ending the show.
Yeah, so we'll be ending the show. Like Gar will be continuing on, but I will be leaving just because I moved to a different place, and like I already deal with Castranger every week, which I plan to do that every week. But it's just like with like I'm trying to get like a job and stuff like that, and I'm just trying to like settle into my new life here more. So
yeah. So,
but I've had so much fun doing the show with you, Gar. Like with your vast commitment to knowledge and dedication, and then just me being like the new guy, just being like, wow, like holy shit. So,
so there will be a proper update episode or a proper update video for Ultraranger.
Yep.
Once everything starts to show up that I've commissioned, yeah.
Oh, remember, just because I'm leaving doesn't mean you haven't seen the last of me.
Oh, no, of course not.
No.
And just because, I'll simply say this, just because this format is ending doesn't mean that the show isn't going to keep going.
Oh, yeah.
But with that out of the way, that has been Ultraranger, episode 161. 4 Ultras 7 years ago, or so, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll think of something.
I think it's something. Just make the thumbnail Ultraman Abe Lincoln. Or a score in 4 Ultra shows ago.
Alright, until next time, schwa for now, everyone.
Schwa for now.